Okay, there's my screen. I can't get the whole thing in the picture, but there's only just a little bit missing. On this left side here, which the thing's gonna go boop, 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 boop. On the left side here, there's a. I wish I could screen capture this. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Stand by. Cut. Okay, so I tried moving cameras around, and it wasn't working too good. But there's a way that you can actually bring the screen and capture it in this device. And so I kind of moved it around and did that. And it was really like weird looking. So I ended up having to put a camera in the middle of it, so this way it didn't get really out of sorts, so to speak. But this is the way my screen looks. Uh, Almost all my computers, personally, I'm using, I think they call it Move something, and it lets me know what's going on with the computers and temperatures and stuff like that. It's not 100%, but it gives me a general idea. So this way, if I see something kind of that's out of whack, it's like, oh, and then I go look. Now, this 6 core running at 3.9, I could probably clock it up to 4, but I'm not gonna clock it. I don't want to do that. Um, the FX 6300s, which is the ones that we have in the white machines, they run at 3.5. So this was actually running a little bit faster, but it's also running about 10 degrees hotter, 10 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. Anyway, so what I have up, let me bring this down. Make sure I click on the right one. Okay, this is the first thing that you're seeing, which I hope it's showing it, is my Phantom. It's called Phantom Bot, and that's like a robot that you have on your system that you keep going for. It does all kinds of stuff, and you control it through your browser. And it also has a place that your chat is on it. I'm hosting somebody now, and then I also have running my dashboard, which is like for my channel here on Twitch. And for some reason it's not letting me do what I wanted to do. It's screwing around with my sizing. Oh, okay, here we go. And then you can move it up and down. You know, you can see messages and things like that going back and forth. Here's what my channel looks like normally. And see, and I'm going ahead and I'm showing Bonsai Baby, and I'm sharing so that other people can watch it if they happen to come across mine. But if I start streaming, this is like where I can put in a whole bunch of stuff and everything like that. It's like my control panel. The big thing is the fact that it has chat showing. Although, and it also previews, I got a place over here where I can preview my videos and see if it's streaming or not. This is also available in a mobile version, and normally what I do is I will take and put take my little tablet and I'll have the dashboard part up instead of the other. Phantom Bot I can have running also. If I go full screen with it, I can move the chat over to where I can see all the different things that are available. I need to make these smaller, I think. And there's a new version available I need to update, and I haven't done it yet. Oops. And then I've got Pandora behind it, which I'm not playing right now because YouTube doesn't like when I do that. I don't have it running, but I can run Discord, which is like a chat feature. And then of course the main one, which is OBS, which is the open format, and that will show up over here. And on one side it's got, they call them scenes, but that's the different places that show different camera angles that I can switch to, and things that I pre-set up, so this way I can just go right to them. I can't spell screen for nothing. Then they got different, each scene had different sources that you put in it, and then you have controls for them, and then you've got your other settings here. And there's a bunch of settings back behind, and there's all other kind of programming stuff that you can do that I have no idea, and maybe one of these days that I'll learn. The most important part is this screen that's on top without my grubby little face in the middle. I hope that's capturing that. This is what you will see when you're transmitting. You'll see it will be inside that, like, control console or whatever. And this is the most important part, because this is where your sound and your camera controls and everything are at. And you have to have this to be able to transmit on Twitch. I think you also have to have this type of a program to run on YouTube. I don't think that, I think that we don't need anything to go live on Facebook. I think you just need the app. And like I said, this is just to have some nice sound. This here is kind of like to keep everybody in control. You know, so you don't, if you got somebody that's harassing or something like that. There's also games that people can play to keep them busy if they get bored, things like that. And then this one here, of course, is the one to keep everything in check. But all in all, there's a lot of stuff that's running on this machine, but it, in actuality, the main screen that you have open, this is the important one. The other stuff you can actually run, and you can run like on a tablet or another machine if you want. When I first started doing this, I had a little tablet, and I don't know where it's at. And I was running another program that just got too big to be able to run. And then I went to this one here, this OBS, and it's run pretty good. And I ran OBS on that machine, and that's all it did. And the quality wasn't all that great, and the sound, and it was only good for about an hour, and then it would crash. But it worked, and I got out for a couple of times. And then I ran into the computer problems and everything. So this new machine looks like it's going to work pretty good. So basically, that's, as far as I know, that's what you need. That's what you should have running on your machine if you're going to do this. Now, if you're going to be streaming games, of course, you have to have the strength on this machine to be able to stream the game also. So, you know, you might need a pretty radical machine to do that. But for what I do, I really don't need that. This computer here is actually way more than I need to run this. But all in all, it's working. You know, one of the things that I want to tell you is that this is what I'm doing. You know, there's a lot of other people doing other things. They're using different bots, which you know, that helps to enhance the experience for the people that are involved with it, and you know, doing all the chatting and stuff like that with the person that's doing the streaming. There's also you know, this is like a big deal. When I first started, I was using a little tablet that had I think it was a gigabyte of RAM on it, and it would run for 15 minutes and a few seconds, and then it would shut down. And I don't know if it was getting too hot. I don't know what was going on. But I was able to run, I think I ran two cameras. I was running one camera and then the one that was in the, actually on the tablet. And I ran it a couple of times, and then, but the quality was real bad, and I had to use my little tablet just to run everything else. I couldn't run the bot. As a matter of fact, I was running the bot, but it was running on a computer that was over here inside a computer room. It was spread all over the house. Now I've got, this machine here is, if you look at the technology that it is, it's new to me, and it's a big update, but the machine that I had beforehand was 8 years old. And this one here now, this is probably 3, 4, maybe 5-year-old technology. The FX 6300, I think the AMD chip has been around a while. And the board's probably 4 or 5 years old, 3, 4 years old. But it does a job. And that's all I care about. If you're a gamer and you're streaming, you're running a game and streaming, most probably your machine will run the game and you can throw the streaming stuff next to it, but it does take a lot more machine to do it. If you have a talent, it could be anything, music or anything like that, get it out there. Entertain people, entertain yourself. It's a nice way for people to meet people of interesting ideas, and there's just a lot of benefits to this. It's also a good way to document things, and there will be a time, maybe 100, 150 years from now, when people are going to be talking about history, and maybe a video that you made about music or something is going to be an education for somebody. Who knows? So anyway, I just wanted to show you, kind of get an idea of what's going on and everything like that, and then try it. Who knows? Hope everybody has a great day. See ya.